he wasn't static. He didn't just stay at one level of maturity. He's constantly growing as a result of the things that he's reading. But he has such a profound grasp of what he thinks are the basic elements of orthodoxy very early in his life that what he does is he's not radically changed, but he grows and he expands the way in which he can apply certain doctrines and the importance of them for the overall coherence of theology. But I think this became because of his love for Pilgrim's Progress.
Okay.
When he lived with his grandfather, he would often go into that room that was, he said it was dark because they had plastered over all the windows because there was a tax on windows. and so people would cover up their windows so they wouldn't be taxed as much. And Spurgeon was just very perplexed about that. He said, who in the world thinks they have right to tax the light? And so, but he would go in there and he would look at all those books. And he said they were like the martyrs going about in sheepskins and goatskins. He loved the texture. He loved the smell of them. And so he became acquainted with these names of the Puritans. And it was basically a library of all the Puritan writers. And that was a love he had all of his life. He knew the Puritans probably better than, maybe Joel Beakey knows the Puritans better than Spurgeon did, but he's the only one. But all those doctrinal issues that come up in Pilgrim's Progress, he learned, and the ways in which those doctrines can be attacked, he learned. But at one point in his life, he had read Pilgrim's Progress for 100 times. And I'm sure he read it many more times. His sermons are filled with it. So I think that his basic organization of orthodoxy came from Bunyan.
Right.
And the images that Bunyan uses as Christian is on that pilgrimage. And then, of course, there's added sort of delight to it when Christian's wife begins to come along with her children. And so that forms the basic framework of the way Spurgeon viewed what theology was and how theology should be handled. And so then as he continued to read, it just expanded the way his understanding of certain